These man just don't want to like the guy doing punditry. I no respect to Wayne Rooney, but he wasn't a man of many words. You feel me? Like his interviews were you know what I'm saying? Like, bro, he weren't
I'll
real
be real.
talk,
He's a
like, man's doing punditry. He's crazy, but what's he
I'll
on,
be
man?
real. I'll be watching Rooney. He the more he does it, low key, he will have more to offer than the rest of our legends. A lot of them are terrible pundits, bro.
Yeah. They're terrible pundits, man. Terrible, man. Literally, like even Roy Keane. I love Roy Keane, bro. Punditry is more passion more than anything.
Bro, I'll be real.
fan,
you know,
bro.
when you're watching the Champions League games, Rio Ferdinand on the third microphone, I have to mute it at some points, bro.
Yeah, he's awful, bro.
He's awful on the third mic. Awful. He sounds agitated in that text, Zeno, trying to catch his breath, trying to figure out what to say. I'm like,
yeah, but he sounds like another fan as well, though, bro. He just sounds like another fan as well.
Yeah.
It's just all passion. Do you know what I mean? No logic, bro. And he says some silly things like, "Oh, have you seen it?" I haven't watched the video. It always comes up on my YouTube, though.
What video is this?
Speaking, Rio Ferdinand speaks about Højlund, what Højlund should do, tips or advice.
No.
It's
that's
just like,
where
bro.
that's why I disagree. That's where Rio is actually good.
I didn't watch the video, so go on.
No, that's when Rio speaks about what a player needs to do to become better or change their mentality. He's not like Roy Keane. Roy Keane just tells you you're weak, you're shit, you need to be better and leave
It's
it
still
at that.
shit, though. It's still shit.
No,
I think it's a stunt, though, because he knows. Rio knows to himself that he ain't good enough, bro.
He ain't good enough.
No, it's not that text. I'm not talking about that. It's Rio. You need to remember, Rio had a point where people were getting onto him. Yeah. So he tells you what he worked on with Rene to improve his game, because certain things he let slip. Headers being one of them. In that era, 4-4-2, you put a weak header to the edge of the box, it's a guaranteed goal in that era. And he used to do that. So he had to go and work on it. That's why Rio speaks like that, because he did it. He actually did it. This part of my game was weak. I made it better. That's what you need to do as a footballer. So when Rio speaks that's the only area where he's strong. Don't get me wrong. Every other area as a pundit is terrible. So don't get me wrong, bro. I'm just saying he's
the only reason why I mentioned that as an example, I could think of another one. It's just he has no backbone, and I feel like he plays up to the media a lot of the times.
100%.
When he was very honest about Phil Jones and Phil Jones just, picking up wages
and then
in the United locker room. He ended up coming out and apologizing. Yeah. Why? Because Gary Neville and them, man, you know him. He used to be your colleague. Why are you doing that, bro? If you're a pundit, you're allowed to have an opinion on the next man. The same way Rooney had an opinion on Cristiano, and Cristiano didn't like it. Like it is what it is. When you're a pundit, you're allowed to have an opinion. That's your job. It's what you get paid for. It's as simple as that. You know what I mean? So,
but the fact but bro, you've just hit the nail on the head, and this is why most of these man, you can't take anything they say seriously, because you know there's an agenda, bro. Because why you can't speak on the Phil Jones situation and say what you feel, because you're not supposed to, because you're not allowed to. That's some foolishness. Most of the stuff that these men say, there's always an angle, bro. You know what I mean? He was the same one that was trying to compare Garnacho's numbers to Saka and them man there, and saying, players he's got more GA than, bro. Like, stop that shit. It's shameless, bro. More times these men say certain things to stay in certain man's good graces, bro. There's always something underlying with it. It's never just genuine critique or genuine opinions. It's not. Most of the time it's bollocks, bro. It's fueled by something else.
That's why I don't take Roy Keane seriously when he gets on to Bruno. Because I'm like, you're the same guy who on camera admitted...
I love it.
Okay, of course you do, because it suits your agenda. But you're the same guy who on camera admitted you were doing PR for Maguire. So you weren't keeping it a buck.
What?
No, he did. He said we were trying to give you some good PR. He said it straight.
Literally said it, bro.
Yeah.
He said this when Maguire was in the midst of a storm. Midst of a storm, you decided, because he's English, one of us, all of that, let me do some good PR for him. But Bruno can get it. You got no credibility now. You literally admitted you were doing good PR for a player. Then you want to go in another one who's actually stepping up more. Allow it. Can't listen.
But it tells you a lot about our legends. I don't know, man. It's even like with Paul Scholes, but I love Paul Scholes, like one of my favorite players.
Awful in the media, bro.
I don't know what you're saying about Cunha this week. We was talking about, I don't know if it's the right move or whatever. Like, I just bro, you know that Cunha is gonna make this team better. Like, he's a quality player. You've seen him. And it's
but these man's got an agenda on attitudes, bro. I made a TikTok on when Jesse Lingard got highly criticized again for no reason, from the media and from pundits. I think he responded to Rooney's comment about dancing in a dressing room or some shenanigans like that. I've made this TikTok now, and I've shown things that these lot have done outside the culture. And Jesse Lingard's commented underneath, and he's gonna appreciate it, bro. It's things that, you know, people don't see. These men are out here in their culture doing the madnesses, bro. Like these man kiss each other on camera. With all due respect, these men kiss each other on camera. These men are doing whatever they're doing with their daughters' toes and all of this. The culture is mental with them. They're allowed to go and drink, get drunk, get wasted, get caught on camera. But if we're dancing or having fun or whatever it is, it's a bad vibe. It's a negative attitude. You're not taking the club serious. You don't love the club. And that's where I don't really kind of, you know, align with.
What, when Paul Scholes refused to come on as a substitute for Sir Alex Ferguson? No, he refused to travel.
He refused to travel. Yes, exactly that.
People forget that.
But did that come out in the media? No. Why did?
No, it came out. But it's Paul Scholes. It came out.
Yeah, but why did Fergie get rid of Keane? Why did Fergie get rid of Keano? And
no,
look how
but
Keano speaks about people's attitudes at the club.
Yeah, but Fergie's the greatest hypocrite because some of the things he did was wrong, but he won, so he controlled the narrative. I always say this: as a manager, if you win, you can whitewash anything you've done if you win. But if you don't win, we're going to look at you funny. He shouldn't have got rid of the Yap Stam. You know how many years it took for us to recover when we got rid of Yap Stam?
Yeah,
it took till we got Vidic. That's how bad a decision that was from Fergie. I was going to talk about Scholes though. Do you remember when Paul Scholes snitched on Jesse Lingard?
Yeah, I remember that one. Yeah, I remember that one.
So Jesse Lingard told him some stuff. Obviously, that's Paul Scholes. He knows him from academy, all of that. So he's like, yeah, this is what's happening in the dressing room right now. Paul Scholes goes on TV and says, yes.
TV and just snitched him.
Literally says to Jesse, told me.
I hope you don't mind me saying this.
And I'm looking, I'm like, yo, what? Why would you? What? Like, them man, listen, their mentality as football players is perfect because they're white. Like, it's a different standard. Them man, they're just a different breed of assholes. All together, all of them. Go look at all their Sherenham's a dickhead. Andy Cole don't talk much. He don't take no bullshit. Cantona was a nutter. You see what Roy Keane is like. Paul Scholes is nasty. Beckham's not a prick, by the way. Don't be fooled by the pretty stuff, bro. He's actually serious. We all know Ryan Giggs is a.
Yeah, but that's why he got forced out the club as well. Because he weren't taking no bad up from no one. And he got kicked out.
So, like, it worked for them as players.
Yeah.
Being in that environment as players, everybody push it to standards, but as pundits who have to think a different way, most of them just don't have it in them to think a different way. That's what I've noticed.
I just think they're hypocrites, though, man. Especially Roy Keane. He always talks about loving United and what he does, etc., bro.
He don't support United, though. He said that.
They say he don't support United.
He's a hypocrite then, though, isn't it? Yeah, he's a hypocrite because he shows a lot of passion for the club, doesn't he? But he don't support.
I think that's for Sky Sports, though. Sky Sports want him to do that because that's what brings him viewers, in it.
Yeah, but I don't think he shows passion for the club. I think a lot of these guys, they don't show passion for the club. They show passion for what they remember the club to be, bro. Do you know what I'm saying? They don't give a shit
right now.
They don't give a shit about the club or what the club is. Everything is about how it was when they were there.
Yep.
That's what it is. It's like them man still think that they're like the torch bearers for the standards at the football club, bro. It's an ego thing more than anything else. Do you know what I mean? Because they won what they won, bro. So like it is what it is, bro. Like them man there are a net negative for the football club. I've been saying it, bro. Like if we never heard a peep from the majority of these lot, it would be better for the club. It'd be better for the players there as well, because the majority of the players probably can't stand them either. That's the reality.
Yeah.
You're fighting
that's
goals,
why I do believe though. Jim Rackham is trying to build his own culture, whether we agree with it or not. He's trying to like take out the noise as much as he can. You know what I mean? I don't know if you've seen this, but he's trying more and more with what he's trying to do to lessen that. So it's based on his decision making, the club's decision making, and so forth and so forth. Whether we agree with it or not, that's what he's trying to do. I think he's purposely doing that.
Is that why they have Amorim breaking records for interviews?
That you know, can we speak on it, by the way? Yeah, like this brother, like I get it, like he has to do them, but like, bro, the amount of interviews this guy does, it's really, really.
No, we don't have to do them. It looks like we're hitting people up to do interviews, not the other way around. You're right, interviews, bro. It's a record. He's breaking records for interviews. That's the only record.
Some people are counting it up, you know. Some people are counting it up, you know.
Yeah, they're counting it up. It's bro, I'm like, hold, another sit down, another sit down, another sit down. It's for him to control the narrative. So what made me think about that thing is what you said about Sir Jim Ratcliffe. That's what made me think about it.
Yeah.
That's the club's way of consistently putting a narrative out there by having a manager out there to counter the things that we've just discussed about the legends. Because them man, they don't offer anything constructive. They don't offer nothing constructive. The way Rand said it is perfect. Their man there are concerned with the past and how it used to be. It's like the old guys back in my day. You know, it's all of that talk. That's what they have to offer.
It also calms the situation down as well. Like you've got someone who's constantly letting people know that we're going to get through this.
It seems like he's there to remind them, I'm staying here no matter what this season. You have to understand that. That's what it seems like. I don't know if that's 100% the case.
Yeah.
Because we still have to do the Europa, but it seems like that's why he's doing all these interviews, just to remind everybody every single week, I'm here to stay. We have a long-term plan.
Even Mason Mount now. Seeing Mason Mount do a lot of interviews now, and you know what I mean? And he's trying to put out bullshit PR, man. You know what I mean? How about
what are we going to do about him, though? We can't really... What are we going to do about that?
Of course, Mason Mount's always PR, bro. Bro, I watch my TV volume loud. Every time he comes on the pitch, I just feel sorry for Mason. He just can't get going, you know. He can't get going, but you know, it's very unfortunate. However, he done very well for Chelsea, didn't he? So I mean, he can show something for United. How about when he comes on the pitch, show some application? Stop hiding behind DMs. Demand the ball. You're meant to be a creative midfielder. Get on the ball. Do something, bro. Do you know what I mean?